Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome. Green across the board. I mean, look at this chart for silver. Look at the 24-hour chart, but look at this 1 week chart. Look how beautiful that is. I'm I'm a little upset just because I have to pay more for my silver now, right? I know silver's true value, so I would prefer it to be low so I can get my silver for cheaper. But for the ones that are a little unfaithful, a little skeptical, this is probably reassuring. Now, today's video is definitely going to be interesting because it's talking about how silver is following Bitcoin. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Bitcoin. They're against it. They don't really they don't coincide with Bitcoin's idea. But I got to say this. As an investor, as an investing channel, we have to adjust with the times. We can't stack silver with the same strategy we used 30 years ago. We have to adjust. And the same thing goes with everything else we're investing in. We have to adjust and we have to adapt if we want to make the most profits. If you don't agree with Bitcoin, if it's too confusing or if it's just not your thing, then don't invest into it. There is a lot of money to be made there. And moving forwards as we advance monetarily with the new financial system, we're headed into a digital age and Bitcoin does make sense. I don't want you to bash me for Bitcoin. I have to talk about it on this channel as an investing channel. And I've made a lot of money over the years investing in Bitcoin. I taught a lot of people how to invest into it because it is pretty complicating, especially back in the day. So I dumbed it down. I made it very user friendly for people to invest. Now, obviously, I love silver, and silver's always the safest, smartest investment. In my opinion, I'm always going to have the majority of my portfolio in silver. If I do make money with Bitcoin, I'm going to reinvest that money into silver. But this is definitely an interesting article. Before we dive deeper in this, I got to shout out Matt Meyer for joining the Slayer Elite. I missed him last time, so huge shout out to Matt Meyer. I appreciate the support. And if you want to join the Slayer Elite, I do members only giveaways, which I'm doing pretty soon for my 34,000 subscriber giveaway. You get custom badges next to your name when you comment on my videos. You get a shout out. We have a members only. We have a members only chat room. It's pretty cool. So, on that note, let's jump into this. And I haven't read this article yet. I wanted to come completely, completely fresh from the title, just like you guys are. So I have no bias. I have no idea of which direction they're going to take this. So we're going to jump in it together. So previously, I've shown how Bitcoin is leading silver higher and vice versa. And it's interesting that he says silver because usually it's gold, right? Bitcoin versus gold and Bitcoin, right? But silver, this is going to be an interesting one. This makes perfect sense in these times, since it's all about the US dollar assets that offer a safe haven from US dollar meltdown. And this will go higher in some sort of related pattern. Here's an update on that analog where Bitcoin is leading silver higher. You can find the analog where silver is leading Bitcoin higher in the previous update. So here's a chart. So it's looking like the top one is silver, the bottom one's Bitcoin. So it is very, very similar. Successful following breakout. This is a leading breakout. I mean, Bitcoin and silver are definitely up right now. Gold is too, though. But I want to dive deeper into this to see why they're talking about silver so much. I have marked similar patterns, 1 to 5, on both charts to show how they could be similar. Bitcoin has already exceeded its 0.3 high, or it's 3-point high. Silver is still lagging below the recent high. And will eventually follow Bitcoin higher than that 3-point high in the comparison. Since the previous update, silver has followed Bitcoin by breaking out at the dotted blue line. This now clears the way for a run to the blue line, the 0.3 high, and eventually a breakout there. So this is showing silver's potential and more than likely where silver's going to head if this pattern follows. Now, charts are never 100% accurate, but since we are seeing these patterns, it is very likely. And since silver is more volatile than gold, this also makes sense to why they're talking about the extreme extent and also to this percentage that it is, or accurately, how precise it is to Bitcoin's movement, unlike gold. So we could see silver catching up over the coming weeks and months now that Bitcoin has set the bar even higher since the last update. So if Bitcoin set the bar higher, silver is going to follow suit a couple of weeks, couple months afterwards. We're definitely going to see higher silver prices. The US dollar and the dollar index price action also confirms that a big silver rally is on the way. Below is a comparison of the gold to silver ratio and the US dollar. I mean, look how this is like a direct correlation. Since the March, and the US dollar index and the gold silver ratio has been forming similar patterns. The one is often a leading indicator for the other one by way of similar breakdowns following one another on relevant charts. The US dollar has made two significant breakdowns recently, the blue line and the dotted red line. And the gold silver ratio is in the process of following those breakdowns. So it looks like we know this, though. We talk about this all the time. The dollar index is directly correlated or negatively correlated to gold and silver. When the dollar index is high, gold and silver is low, and vice versa. So this could be the catalyst for a massive silver rally over the coming weeks and months, especially since the US dollar is likely to remain under severe pressure. Just keep in mind the big picture, and that's definitely true, right? We got to step back and look at the bigger picture, especially if we're looking at it from a chart perspective. Economically, we know what's about to happen. Charts, though, it only shows patterns throughout history. It can't look forwards. Charts can only go to this moment in time, but we can use economics to look forwards, apply both the chart patterns and what's happening in the economy. We can get a pretty good educated guess on where the prices are headed. And both of these, both the charts and what's happening, is leading to higher silver prices. I mean, I couldn't make a more direct, straightforward video showing why silver has potential. If anyone's going to ask you, if anyone knows you're investing into silver and are asking you why, bring this video up. I mean, it's so obvious. For more on this, then they kind of go into their premium service, blah, blah, blah. So, these are two similar contexts, both starting at major silver price peaks. So we have looking like back from probably 1930s or 1920, yeah. So the 1929 crash, then it goes up to obviously 1980 when silver was $50. Then the crash, and then we have the 2011 peak of $50. Now we're here, and now we're looking at extremely high prices. And remember, this is the pattern that's extremely important to take. Back in 1980, the price started, or the 1980 $50 peak, it started from, $8. And then the 2011 peak, it started from around $11 or $9 actually. And then the next peak could be up to $50, and that's because we started at $11 silver in March. So it looks like before every $50 rally, there's this $9 to $11 range where silver hits really low, bottoms out, and then explodes. Especially when we apply what happened in the economy during these three times when silver also exploded. Well, I say it's two times, but I'm saying the third time because in 2021 that stimulus is gonna definitely hit the nail on the head with what happens to set silver to $50, just like the 2008 credit crisis with billion-dollar stimulus, which led to $50 silver in 2011, 3 years later. So, I mean, what do you guys think about this stuff? Do you think that the next leg is going to be $50? I honestly, I think so. And I know lately I've been minimalizing silver's true potential over the next year, and I have to, right? I cannot be a silver pumper when I have an audience that listens to and takes my advice. See, I have to be realistic. I have to make sure that people aren't getting a false interpretation or an exaggerated interpretation just to make myself look different or be perceived different. If I honestly think that in 2021 silver is going to be $30 and nothing more, I'm going to say that. I'm going to explain why. Or if I do see an article that's talking about $100 silver in 2021, I'm going to break down and see the reasons, and I'm going to talk about how valid or how logical or how, I guess, also how accurate that reason could be. I mean, yes, opportunity is everything, but I don't know if 2021 $100 silver would stick, right? Just like in 2011, $50 silver didn't stick very long. We need a gradual approach. So when we're talking about Bitcoin, right, you guys got to remember times are changing. How you invested 30 years ago is not the same as today. You have to adjust, you have to adapt. I'm going to use the profits from Bitcoin to reinvest into silver. And I have to talk about Bitcoin on this channel because I educate people on investing. Yes, I focus on silver, right? I'm always going to focus on silver. Silver is the smartest, safest investment. But what if I didn't know about Bitcoin? I wouldn't be able to make this video, right? I have to know about everything to educate. I have to know about stocks, even though I'm not really into stocks. I have to know about everything because coming from a channel that talks about investing, I cannot come from a one-sided perspective. I have to understand. Plus, I did get into Bitcoin at a very difficult time, so I learned about it and I made it a lot easier, more convenient, more comprehensible, more understandable for you guys. If you guys remember my video titled How to Buy Bitcoin for Beginners, that video had like 400,000 views. If you typed in how to buy Bitcoin on YouTube, my video was #1. I had to take that video down because YouTube changed its guidelines and stuff. So, that's unfortunate. I got a strike for that video on my channel. But the whole point is that, I learn about things so I can make the best educational content. This is an educational channel. It is. I educate you guys on what's happening, what I think about it. And that follows with everything since I do invest. And I do invest in the Bitcoin, not as much. I prefer GSX. And here's another thing. If you guys are skeptical about Bitcoin, then get into GSX. It stands for gold secured currency. It's literally a cryptocurrency that's backed by physical gold. They own gold mines. They're mining gold and they use that to back their crypto. And you can actually exchange the crypto for physical gold when you want. I mean, how perfect is that, right? That's something that I believe in. That's something that I'm going to share because that's also ensuring me that there is cryptos out there that have real intrinsic value or that are backed by something with real value. It shares the benefits like we talked about with Bitcoin and how it's a decentralized coin, but it also follows the same principles, the same value as precious metals. It's like mixing the best of both worlds. If you do want to invest in GSX, links in the description. Now, I'm not talking about that to promote GSX. I'm talking about that to make a point that there is other options out there. But if you just cut Bitcoin off and never gave it a chance, you would never know that the crypto space is becoming more innovative and they are, mixing coins that are backed by things. So times are ever changing. You do not want to come at this closed-minded. You always have to adapt and you have to adjust with the times. If not, you're going to minimize yourself. You're going to keep yourself in a box and you're very limited to how you're going to expand, grow, and profit, right? Because at the end of the day, we're trying to become successful investors, and we can't do that coming from a closed-minded perspective. We have to be open-minded. We have to see opportunities, and we have to follow and adapt because we are headed into a new technological age, digital era. Right? Everything's digital. It's not going to be physical dollars for too much longer, especially how much it takes to print that dollar and what it does to the dollar's value. It just doesn't make sense. It's not relevant in today's time. Everything is digital. Touch of a screen, cardless ATMs, right? Mobile banking, Bitcoin ATM. Everything's digital now. So anyways, I hope you enjoy this video. The link to this article will be in the description. What do you guys think the realistic price for silver will be in 2021? I would love to hear that. If you think it's $30, then let me know why. If you think it's going to be $100, let me know why. But, you can't just say $100 without giving an explanation why, because then your point's kind of meaningless, right? I want to know why you think that and what points you have. And then you can see other people's points and maybe it'll bring another perspective that you never thought about before. If you do want to join my giveaway, make sure you check out the video I posted a couple days ago. I'm doing a very handsome giveaway. I'm also doing a members only giveaway. If you want a chance to join to win a 2012 Lunar Series 2 Year of the Dragon coin, become a member. You have a much higher chance of winning that because instead of 34,000 subscriber giveaway, you have a members only giveaway, and there's a lot less members than full subscribers. So you have a pretty good chance. I think I have 26 members right now, so you have a 1 out of 26 chance of winning a very expensive, very collectible coin. So if you want to join, click next to the subscribe button. I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you did like this video, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. I got some other stuff I'm going to be going over today. This article called 50 Shades of Silver. There's also this other article talking about the dollar, the dollar's relationship and how this could bring on a major price surge for silver. So there's definitely a lot of interesting stuff happening. I'm always going to keep you guys in the loop. So thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.